Go?
Yeah, please, thank you.
When Alicia Keys sang Concrete Jungle, What Dreams Are Made Of, she wasn't lying. I love New York. They say it's the city that never sleeps, and I agree. In New York, there's something to do during every time of year. At the beginning of the year, I always watch the ball drop on TV. Now, I've never been there personally, but I know that more than 1 million people see it every year. And it's hard to believe that no matter what side of the country you're from, if the ball doesn't drop, does the year actually ever change? In the springtime, winter is really, really cold. But in any New York cathedral, you walk in and you see the glimmering candles against the mirroring mosaics, and it really warms your heart and your body. Now, summertime in New York, Central Park is a must-do. I absolutely love playing with my brother, soccer, and then after we get an ice pop to cool off. But we have to eat it fast, because Central Park in the summer is really, really hot. And whether you're playing on a playground, playing ball, or a carnival, you can do it all. Fall in Central Park is also a must-do. The colors brown, green, yellow, red, and orange make the city truly beautiful. I remember when I was little, I used to jump into the pile of leaves gleefully, and it was something that I look forward to all year. Winter in New York is one of my favorite things. I always like to go skating under the Rockefeller tree. It's a lot of fun. And I love to go to Saks Fifth Avenue to see the bright store. Each floor is like its own world, with too many brands and companies to count. I absolutely love seeing the Saks Fifth Avenue windows. They're bright and shiny, and each window is like its own story. I also love to go to Bryant Park. The smell of hot chocolate lingers in the air as I go to all of the kiosks and all of the stands. Every year, I get an ornament for all the years I grow old. Now, with all the things to do in New York, foods to eat, and places to go, it's evidently impossible to get bored there. With the sounds of the taxis honking, people talking, and music blaring, and the skyscrapers towering above you, makes the city really exciting. Now, each of the New York avenues are like their own worlds. Drama and acting, all on Broadway. I remember my first Broadway show, Phantom of the Opera. It was an amazing show, and the show left me ringing the tunes in my head for a really, really long time, and I still to this day listen to the soundtrack. Now, if you want to try shopping, New York is the place to go. You should definitely hit places like Fifth Avenue and Times Square. And I already talked about Saks on Fifth Avenue, but there's a lot of other big-end brands on that same exact street. But if that's a bit up your budget, you could try something like Times Square. Something like Forever 21, which I love to go, with budgets my parents adore, and clothing that I also like. But I hope one day to be hitting those high-end brands. Now, New York is also a very educational city. I love to go to the museums there. Some of my favorites are museums like MoMA, Intrepid, and Museum of Natural History. Now, where else in the world are you going to find a museum of history, a floating museum, and a museum of art, all in walking distance of each other? It's really crazy. So in conclusion, if you want to have some fun, try New York. You know what they say, the Big Apple is truly where dreams come true.